Welcome back, you're watching Win News, and now it's time for the Hot Seat segment, and tonight we have incumbent Mayor Peter Taylor with us. Welcome, Peter.
Good evening, thank you, Daniel.
You've been in leadership for 4 years now. Rates have risen under your leadership, and so have the price of water. Is that something that you take responsibility for?
Oh, look, the whole council at budget time takes responsibility for any change of rates. But certainly in that time we've had to build a major water pipeline, we've secured Toowoomba's water supply, we've built a major airport extension allowing for regular flights to Sydney, we've put in place world-class sporting facilities, we've opened up new industry areas, we've created thousands of jobs through those new industry areas, and certainly major infrastructure under build, water, sewage, parks, improvements, but also we've had a major flood as well, so we have to recover from that too. So yes, we've had some costs, but certainly we're very mindful of those things you mentioned, water rates.
Out of 10, how would you rate the performance of Toowoomba Regional Council?
Oh look, I think it's been a very tough 7 out of 10 for the reasons I've said, and certainly works in progress and looking to make major improvements to our service delivery. We are providing some services now that we didn't provide as separate councils, but we certainly are improving our service delivery as we go forward.
You've been criticised for your leadership. Some people have said that you hide behind the CEO. Is that the case?
Never hide behind anyone, and I don't need to, but certainly leadership's a shared responsibility and the whole council are the leaders for their region, and certainly I'm one of the council that make those combined decisions, so I don't take away from that decision making process.
Okay, tell us, why should people vote for Peter Taylor? Give me 3 reasons why people should vote for Peter Taylor.
Yeah, I've got a major range of experience. I really know this area, and you don't get to know this big 13,000 square kilometre area overnight. So I know the area. I've got qualifications to do it. And if you look at the delivery so far through a very difficult period, you'll see my leadership's been pretty good under difficult circumstances of amalgamation, flooding. At the same time, we've delivered new infrastructure. I promise to do the same again. In fact, we're going to see some regional sporting facilities. We're going to see major improvements to ongoing improvements to our infrastructure, like Oakey, Kingsthorpe, Garra Junction, Westbrook, with new sewage, new water at the moment going into Highfields. I want to keep delivering good first-class infrastructure, new jobs for our region. We've formed the new Toowoomba Regional Enterprise, providing new jobs and really driving our economic activity. I believe I've got the credentials to make it happen in the next term, and stability of leadership does make sense when you're going to see a number of changes within the council itself.
There's a lot of promises there, Peter. How are you going to pay for it all?
I think that's all covered. The budget, we do have a sustainable budget. We've had to take some hard decisions in terms of bringing all of the finances together, and certainly a common finance system now, and a single budgeting system, a rating system now that's common across the region. We can deliver what I've just outlined, and we can deliver it without going into further increases and significant increases in rates.
You said further or significant increases in rates. Will there be increases in rates under your leadership?
Look, I think the water, that's always a decision. That increase or no increase is always a matter for decision of council. This last year we were concerned also about water rates. In fact, we reduced the consumption access fee by $50, and prior to that $30 incentive for pensioners as well. I see that as a significant issue, and we'll continue where possible to bring down the access fee to water.
Developers locally have left the town because they say council approval rates have been too slow, and they've gone to other regions like the Lockyer Valley. That's council's fault, isn't it?
Certainly our approval rates have improved under my leadership. At the moment, the current numbers are 91% of approvals are granted in less than 20 days. That's way above the state average and much better than when we started this council.
The reality is, though, developers have left the region. Do you think you've done enough to attract development here?
Well, we've formed the Toowoomba Regional Enterprise, and certainly that's going to drive our economic activity. I think the perception of councils everywhere is that they hold up development, but I think our record speaks for itself. 91% of approvals that require approval from council are granted in less than 20 business days. That's above the state average, and certainly better than when we began this term.
How are you going to ease the cost of living and the pressures on families locally here in the region?
I think the most important thing is that we have a healthy economy, jobs, and ongoing development approval. At the moment, we're in the lowest unemployment level in the state for a region, and certainly our economy is strong, diversified, strong, and a lot of opportunity for new jobs. I think family need jobs. Certainly our rates and charges are part of their costs, but they're not the only part of their costs. The most important thing is that people have a job that's a great lifestyle place, and somewhere for their children also to find a job when they leave school or university. We have many, many options here. A lot of services provided in health, education, and certainly a green, clean, safe place to live. I think they're the attractions that bring us to Toowoomba and our region. The price and value of real estate and property here is probably half of what it is in Brisbane. So Toowoomba is a very attractive place to live, work and raise a family.
Peter, you've copped a fair bit of a flogging from the local media. Do you think that's been fair?
Oh look, I'll leave that up to the media and the people to judge, but I've certainly, you know, when you take on a position of leadership, you've got to take as it comes, and I call it as it comes. I call it the way I see it and the way it is, and certainly the facts I think speak for themselves. We have built new infrastructure, we've come through major floods, we've built new sporting facilities that are world class, we have maintained our rates to a reasonable level, and certainly we work very, very hard at what we do.
After 4 years, do you have a vision for this region?
I think we've got a combined vision. The community came together with us to form their vision, the community vision, which led to the first regional plan. In fact, we're the only council in Queensland that's been able to form a combined vision for their region based on the community's vision. You know, we're leading the way in Queensland with the first town plan, the only one established under the previous government.
Do you have the energy to keep going?
Oh look, this is a 7-day-a-week job. I work on the job, I take calls whenever, I can do what it takes, and I certainly, I need the people's support to be able to continue, but I want to continue. There are major works being achieved. The works are in progress in terms of amalgamation, improvement of service, and I want to see those improvements flow forward in this next term, and also build that infrastructure. And again, there are going to be major changes. I think some stability of leadership at the top end is really required to see this council stabilise in the next term.
I guess your greatest opponent, Paul Antonio, says there needs to be a new leadership for the region to move forward. Is that the case? Oh look,
it's always easy to criticise you from the back end, but certainly, you know, we're formed of a council of 5 previous mayors, 4 deputy mayors, and many of them have aspirations, but I say to them all, it's a bit tougher when you're at the front end than when you're sitting in the back row.
I'll ask you just again about this one. Peter, give me 3 reasons why Toowoomba Regional Council residents should vote for Peter Taylor.
I've got the knowledge, experience and ability to actually take this region forward. I know this region. Number 2, look at the delivery of services so far, and I'll deliver more infrastructure and more services for you. I'll always tell the truth, and you'll see it the way it is, but stability of leadership is really important when you're going to see some more major change in this council. It's not the time to change leadership again following a major merger.
Peter, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for the opportunity, Dan.